Shall
So
we
you will let us know when to start.
Yeah, I started now. I clicked on that one. So if you want, we are live now and we have people coming. So the numbers is going up. Now we have 14, 18, 17, and the number is going up. We get between 50 to 80 every session. Some sessions go beyond that, and it depends on that. So welcome everyone. Today, as we discussed, today we'll have our friends from Adobe. They will be presenting two important technologies. One called Spark, which allow you to create engaging, professional, responsive content that can work on any device. I think the tool is free and accessible. We will look at that one and see how you can use it to create, for example, e-portfolio, or you present certain services in your company in a nice way. You will see that one. And the second part is the e-signatures, which we spoke about it with the coronavirus, all of us working from home. We need a way to finish signing those documents and putting them through a process of review and signatures and archiving and all the things. And Adobe, they have great tools for that. They are well known for that. Everybody knows Adobe Acrobat for many years. And with the enhancement, the new things, artificial intelligence, and so many processes, it became more interesting and more smooth and allow the process to move faster and can be tracked and so on. You will find that presentation. I would like to introduce my friend for a long time. We're working together and being supported by him, Mr. Hassan Sultan. He will introduce the team, and he will also give a little bit introduction about Adobe and services they provide for education. Hassan.
Thank you very much, Dr. Hamad. First of all, I would like to thank you for the opportunity for bringing us into this community presentation. Just to give you a quick introduction, we are Adobe Distribution in the MENA region. Okay, two of my colleagues, Zaid Al-Hilali and Shadi Abu Hussein, will be presenting to you. We're not going to talk about Adobe today. We're going to talk about tools that Dr. Hamad, mentioned. We are in an exceptional environment, but if you look at it, going down the road, this may become a norm. I remember the days when I was with Kodak in Canada, and I used to go to the office only once a week. So working from home was the norm. And I think when we look at where we are today, we'll realize that we can be productive and we can be very efficient, either learning at home or working from home. So let's present to you tools and platforms and solutions that can make you efficient, make you productive, okay, and will take you further even when we get out of this pandemic. So I'm very proud to present my colleague, Zaid Al-Hilali. Zaid is the Adobe certified expert and an Adobe certified trainer, instructor. And he's going to present to you Adobe Spark, little brief that Dr. Hamad mentioned, and then we'll go on and talk about, how can we get productivity and turnaround time approval processes in place with eSign. Okay, so Zaid, without any further ado, let me hand over to you. Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum. Thank you, Hassan. Thank you, Dr. Hamad. Assalamu alaikum, everyone. Good night, and Allah yataqabbal siyamkum. The session, I'm going to share my screen first. Now, the session is all about, I suppose you can see my screen now. Just want some confirmation from you guys.
Yes, yeah, we can see it, yeah.
Shukran, shukran. Adobe Spark is a very nice and simple tool for non-designers. I come from a design background. I use Adobe Photoshop, Illustrator, InDesign to create materials for occasions such as maybe Ramadan Mubarak, a greeting card of Eid Mubarak, something like that. where it takes me really like half an hour or more than half an hour in Photoshop to create such materials. However, I like Adobe Spark because I spend much less time in Adobe Spark, even though I'm familiar with the Adobe Photoshop. So let me just explain what Adobe Spark is all about. This is an online, on the cloud service. Anyone can go and register for free. It's a very nice feature, as you will see shortly. It consists of 3 services. So Adobe Spark is a website that consists of 3 services. Again, in the demonstration, I'm going to show you how to which one that will be suitable for which purposes or which tasks. So when we get ideas and again occasions, and these days I'm working from home, so I'm just creating some cards or materials to explain to my students how to work from home and how to really attend my sessions without losing the instructions when they are working from home. And you need to have some tools available for you. And the nice thing is Adobe provided these free tools. So when you look at the Adobe Spark, and as I said, it consists of 3. This is the first one, Adobe Spark Post. So Spark Post is when you go and create a post, a small card that will fit your mobile phone, that you can send through WhatsApp, or you want to put on Facebook, a banner you place on Facebook, or a message on Facebook, on Twitter, on any social media, LinkedIn and what have you. You can use Adobe Spark to immediately put your thoughts into this, put an image, text, some styles and formatting, and off you go. You can share it with the whole world through the same platform for free. So the first one is called Adobe Spark, and you can see from the photo, this person is using the mobile phone because Spark luckily got the equivalent, even though, as I said, it's an online that you can use a cloud, you can use a web browser, that is, to create your materials, but still you can use your mobile phone to create the same materials on your mobile phone very easily, as I will explain shortly. So first one is Spark Post, which I just explained. Second one is called Spark Page. So I'm not a web designer. Me, I am in print, into publishing, so whether it's print or digital publishing. However, Spark Page allows you to create a web page. Notice the word page. I'm not talking about website. You can create a web page, regardless how long it is, how deep you can go down with the web page, but it's very simple, very easy. I like this one. I used it a lot, and students, wherever we go to universities and colleges, I see students immediately use this tool, the Spark Page, to create their dissertation and submit it using this platform, their assignments perhaps, their dissertations. They can use Spark Page. So you can just bring in your text or type your text on the page, bring in images and videos, then off you go. You can share it with the whole world, or you can share it with your colleagues or with your teacher. So this is the second service, Spark Page. And the last one is called Spark Video. And each of these are color themed. So Spark Post was green, Page is blue, and Video is red. So what is video? Spark Video is not unique. There are many similar services out there on the web, but again, this is just under the same umbrella of the rest of the Spark collection. So again, you can just view your video or your images as slideshow, or you can place video, combination of video, images, and narration. You can just add an audio file. So this is what you can create. At the end, it will look like a professional video that you can share with others. Of course, as I said, there are many services, but this is the nice thing, it's just included with Adobe Spark. The Adobe Spark, the simplicity of it, that's what makes it a success. It's on the cloud, so it's accessible whether you're on laptop, desktop, mobile phone, tablet. You can access it through a web browser, or if you are on web or on a mobile device on tablet, you can also download an application and work from the application, but I just need to explain what goes on Android and what goes on iOS shortly. So it's this is the easy to learn software or easy to learn platform. That is, it's not a software that you download, of course. What I mean software that's on the cloud. So it's very easy to learn. So you see from kindergarten up to university students, they use it, and home users as well use it. It works well on any device. And really, what we like to see when we explain it to students, especially teenagers, they liked a lot because they like to see their production. They enjoy how they produce such materials. A postcard they will post shortly on Twitter or Facebook or any other social medias, or they can print it. They can even create a web page or a video. So with all this said, I just need to demo the Spark for you. I'm going to jump to the web browser. So you can see here, the web browser is just, you need to tap in spark.adobe.com and sign in for free. On the right-hand side, you just create an Adobe ID if you doesn't have one. And by the way, those who are students in education facilities or teachers, of course, and staff in education facilities such as universities, colleges, high schools, they will have Adobe Spark under their Adobe Creative Cloud if they have the license for Adobe Creative Cloud. So it's become part of it. And they will have a little bit extra compared to the free edition that anyone can access. But that little bit extra is not fundamental. It's just something accessory, but it's nice thing to have. So yeah, again, anyone can go register and access Adobe Spark immediately. I'm going to show you some examples. So I was saying that it's really an easy thing to create. You can see here under Adobe Spark, I have a number of options to start with. I can start with Instagram story, post, Facebook cover, and a few other things related to social medias. You can start from here, or you don't have ideas running through your brain every day. You can really explore the templates available on this service. And when I click on Explore All Templates, this will take me to another location where I can specify. Let's say I want to look for maybe work from home. Let's see what people has done during these days in the lockdown where everyone working from home. So let's see what working from home means. Nothing much really here. I can search different location. However, I can really start with any template. Let me just do another search. I'm going to search for education and see what other people have done. So if I like a template, if I like any work in here, let's say, okay, I like this one. I can post it. I need maybe to have a course next week. It doesn't have to be exactly, you don't have to stick to what's available here. Once you click on edit this template, if I click on this blue button at the bottom, it will allow me to edit the whole thing. I can change the text, change the background image, change the colors, and off you go. So you can really start from where others have ended. You don't have to start from zero, start from scratch. So all these elements are changeable. You can see here, I can go and change the icon, access the icon. So I'm in Adobe Spark at the moment, doing some editing. right away. So let me just click here and see what other things that I can browse through. You can see here very wide variety of objects. If I click on the background image, you can see here I'm selecting the image. I can make the image smaller, larger. I can go and click on the image and say replace this image. So it will go. Yeah. So once again, let me just go back to my projects. So you don't have to start from scratch. Not everyone of us will have running ideas, flowing ideas every day. So you can start with the 3 services. You can see here, as I told you, we have 3 services. We have post, web page, and video. So the post is a little bit of varieties. You can start a post that is a flyer, an Instagram post, or Facebook post, or collage post, or web page, as I said, and video. And show you some of the examples I created. So here's one. Let's see. You can just start with a funny, a simple, funny graphic like this one. This is, you can share it. You can see here on top right, there is a share button where you can publish. I'm going to show you this when I create a full one in front of you shortly. I'm going to show you some other examples. Again, working from home, I just created this one recently. I wanted to post this to my colleagues. So simply, this is the size of an iPhone screen. You can specify this. It's very simple to specify such thing, and change the text, change the image, and off you go. Okay, let me go back to another example. So these are called posts. Let me show you an example of what we mean by web page. So this is a web page here. It's opening now. Again, I was explaining to my students how to successfully attend an online course with me. So I'm going to show you what I created here. So this is called web page. Web page, it's a website, but with single page only. So you can go as deep as you want. You can see how smooth it flows. And really, Mr. Hamid, you can recognize the team here. They are from HCT. Yeah, so I explained to my students what they need to have as hardware and software, and how to create a setup. So I just created this quickly, this web page. When I mean setup, because when they attend my training, they must have 2 monitors, or an iPad and a main computer, or 2 monitors or 2 computers side by side, so they can view. So again, instead of putting this in an email with so much explanation, I can simply share this web page to anyone who wants to attend my training quickly. Another example of web page, I liked one movie few years back, and I created this for the movie. So the post, it was a movie released a few years back. Let me just show you what page I created there. So I took the content from BBC Arabic website, took the content there and searched for images, searched for YouTube video, and just compiled this web page. Again, so this is the old text here is from BBC Arabic website. So yeah, there's no issues with typing Arabic on Adobe Post or Adobe Spark in general. You can see how nice the window set up in this website, and even I can run a video. You can see here this video is from YouTube, so you cannot hear the sound because I have an earphone. I'm going to cancel this, but yeah, you can just upload a video or include it in the same location. I'm going to show you shortly how to create a post. And the nice thing is it will always force the user to place the credits. It places the credit by itself, frankly, but you can also change the credit. So it just it doesn't stop you from creating your artwork because of the credit, because it just tell the user that this is part of the work ethics. Even students, they just need to learn how to respect others' work. So let me just show you finally. So you can see here, everything in my project shows a badge. So this says post, post, post. This says page here, page, post, and so on. So yeah, you can create different kind of posts. An example of video, I haven't done much videos really. This is a video here. A video is on a zoo that I visited before. So just I placed a few images, a slideshow. Yep, okay, let me just go and preview it. So this is a video. Start running. There is an audio going in the background. You can have music, you can have narration. So this is like a slideshow running, but even within still photos, you still can place a video, a moving object. So here, I'm going to stop this now. So you have seen a number of the projects. Let me just start with from scratch now, just to explain what Adobe Post or how you create things with Adobe Post and how simple it is. I'm going to click on the plus symbol and say start maybe a collage or start a flyer. So if I click on start flyer, it will start with page sizes. I don't have really to stick to one size, and it even shows me here a sample or template of flyers, so I can start with any of the flyers here. Instead, I'm going to choose a size on the right-hand side. So these are my tools. Click on the size. It's self-guiding. I will say, I don't want page size like A4, boring. You can have Facebook post or masthead or cover, YouTube, Twitter. So it gives you some examples. You don't have to really go and search. It will still show you all this. You can select a mobile phone screen. Let me just go and choose a portrait page. This can be published online or can be downloaded to be printed. So this is the start. I'm going to click on layout. So in the layout, I can really divide my page into multiple sections, as you can see here. It gives me a variety of ideas. It depends on what are you going to create with them. So you can place a main image here, and the rest can be small images, or this is the text and small images around. So you can select any of these, and they're all changeable. Whether you select this or that, you can still change whatever you want. You can see here, I selected this simple thing. I can even drag from the side, just like so, just for the sake of this exercise. I'm just going to change a few things here and there. There you go. You can change color. So color and fill, choose any color from there. Click on the background, change the color there if I want to. So this is something really simple. And what about if I want to change or add an image? So click on this plus symbol where it says add. I'm going to click on add. It says, okay, what do you want to add? You want to add text? You want to add photo? I'll say, oh, I need to add photo really. So click on photo here, and let me just click on the background, click on add photo. So the photo will go in the back. And the nice thing is you can search for the photos, free photos you can see here. So this will be no issues, no royalty contracts there. They are free from the internet. Of course, it will browse. Or if you have a license from Adobe Stock, you can search Adobe Stock. You can upload your own photo, by the way. You can bring images from so many locations like Google Photos and Google Drive. So let me just go and search the net. I'm going to click on Find Free Photos. I will go and search here. Once again, the theme is of working from home. There you go. Let me see what's available online. There are a number of images available there. So just pick one of them. I'm going to pick this image here, and it says choose where to add. So I'm going to put it freely in the back there. So let me just put it like so, and say put it in the order. So let's just put the opacity there. I'm going to pick the blue tag that I made here. I'm going to put it higher level. So once again, you can just change whatever you want to change. As you've seen, how you can change the opacity of an image. Okay, and I can even change to the background. So I moved it to the background, that image. I can make the blue ribbon that I just made here, or blue rectangle, a little bit opaque, and go and add a text this time. When I go and choose text, I can start with anything available here, or add your own text. You can type in Arabic, as I said, or you can type in English. So okay, maybe sometimes, yeah, for me, it's not so amusing of working from home. But yeah, let me just go and change the thing here. Apparently, I can scale the text like so, change the font size on the right side. So it will guide you, really. Let me just go and put this on top here and change this like so. You can add as many layouts as you want, so you can immediately change things just like so. It's really, really nice way of working with images. And when you're done, you just go and click on share. The share here, when I click on it, you can go and share online. You can share it on any of these services. So if I can post immediately to my Facebook page, to my Twitter, to Classroom, send by email, or simply create a link. You can see here it generates a link where you can copy this link, and you can even publish in a different way. So I will say this is related to education, and people can still see my details when I publish to them. Let me just go and update the link and copy the link this time and post it. Maybe I can put it on LinkedIn so people can see it. This is the nice thing. Back to where you can install on your mobile device. Same post, Spark post, Spark page, and Spark video can be downloaded to your mobile device. However, all three are available on Apple iOS, and only post available on Android, unfortunately, until now. So, but still, Android users, you can use or you can access Adobe Spark through the web browser. So you're not limited. So if you are on Android tablet, you can use your download Spark post. But for page and video, you need to use your web browser to access the service online. And the nice thing is, on iOS, Spark Post, and even on Android, Spark Post will have a little bit extra advantage over the cloud service, because you will have some animation, some basic animation that you can add to your product, yeah. So frankly, I have a colleague who owns a boutique, a clothes shop, Mahal Malabis. So this person, he said, look, Zaid, I don't know how to use technology. I asked him, do you use your mobile device? Do you use social media? He said, yes, I know all these things. So I taught him I made him download on his Android device, made him download Spark Post. And from that day onward, every week, he will go and create an offer on the clothes or the materials that he's selling in his boutique. So it's really, really simple. It doesn't require much skills, computer skills as such. So you will really enjoy it when you work with this. I hope I made the Adobe Spark clear to you guys. I know we have a limited time, like half an hour, so I was rushing things around. I hope it was clear. So just to remind you, we have 3 services on the cloud: Post, Page, and Video. They're all under the Adobe Spark. On the mobile device or iOS particularly, there are 3 applications that you can download. Spark Post will create social media graphics and postcard, for instance. Spark Page will create a whole web page that you can put your thesis, dissertation, assignment, as you have seen on my example, or Spark Video. So thank you so much, and I hope it was clear. I'm open to any questions at the end of the session, so stick around. I think my colleague Shadi will now start his turn with Adobe Sign. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Zaid. There are a number of questions here
Yes.
about Spark, but we'll do them at the end.
No. Okay.
Shadi, the floor is yours.
Assalamu alaikum. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for attending this session and giving us the opportunity to introduce Adobe Sign. Just going to share my screen if you allow. Okay, I'm not sure if you can see my screen now or not.
Yeah, we can see it, yeah.
Great.
If I can see it, that means they can see it. Okay,
great. So since you are seeing this, Dr. Hamad, then that's great. Okay, so to start with Adobe Sign and to explain to you what Adobe Sign is doing. Mainly, Adobe Sign is a cloud-based electronic signature service that help you to remove the friction from the process of gathering signatures and information. Okay, so with Adobe Sign, you can send, view, manage, and legally sign your documents from anywhere or anytime. Okay, so in simple words, it's a way that will help you digital transform your business from the traditional way of getting documents signed into more fast, rapid way of getting the approvals on time, regardless where you are or where the signers are in. Okay. To take you quickly through the platform, or before taking you to the platform, just want to make sure that people understand the differences between Adobe Sign and Adobe Acrobat, because when Dr. Hamad introduced the solutions, he mentioned the Acrobat. Okay, and I believe this is a confusion, and it's not the mistake of Dr. Hamad, it's the mistake of Adobe. They don't differentiate between both products. So people, they think that Adobe Sign, it's part of Acrobat, which is not the case here. Adobe Sign is a standalone product. It's a completely independent, and no need for the user to install any tool on his computer or his machine. He can start using Adobe Sign right away from the web browser with access to the, to the service itself. So moving forward here, I'm inside the Adobe Sign platform. And as you can see here, I'm using my web browser. Okay, and in the screen, I have different options, which is the menu for Adobe Sign. We have quick access to common features. We have like a dashboard that will give us an indication how many requests for signatures sent out and waiting the others to respond, and also how many requests are waiting my respond to sign it. And also at the middle of the screen, we have options for getting the signature or raising the signature request. Okay, we have two options. We have the simple workflow and the advanced workflow. For today's session, I will focus on the simple workflow, and this is why I will click in here, and this will take me to the send page. As you can see here, I have different options in this page. And, I will invite my colleague Zaid, who's already attending this session, to help me in this demonstration. So I'm going to fill in his email address, okay? And also, I can change his role for signing. So from legal point of view or from legal perspective, the signer should have a role when signing the document. In business, we have authorized signatories who has the power of attorney to sign on behalf of the organization. So in that case, we can assign him as a signer. We might have a managers who authorized to approve certain process, okay, either for internal or for external use, okay, and so on. So in this case, I'm going to assign a signer role to Mr. Zaid. Also, because you know the electronic signature is a way that will help you to communicate with people you might not in direct contact with them, and they might be away from you. You need to identify their identities or to make sure that they are the right person, or he's the right person who's going to sign the document or the request, okay? So this is why we have different ways to verify the identity of the signer. By default, the signer will receive a request by email with a unique link. So once he clicks on that link, he will be able to view the document and then decide to sign it or not. We can add another level of security by adding a password, okay? And that password we can share it with the signer on a different medium, like send it by text message or send it, give it to him over a phone call or whatever is the way that will communicate this to him. Other authentication methods includes integration with external authentication systems. Like for example, if you, we can give you the access to authenticate using your Facebook account or using a LinkedIn account or whatever is the way which is supported and available. KBA, which is a knowledge-based authentication. This is something similar to the questions that you will be asked in case of if you forget your password. It's similar to the memorable questions. So we'll challenge the signer with multiple questions about himself or about the, you know, his previous life. So if he answered it correctly, then he's going to be authenticated. Also, we can fill in the mobile number of the signer, and he will get a one-time PIN to verify his identity as well. And also we can offer to get in the credentials of Adobe Sign to sign the document. Okay, I will keep it blank here just to show you what details that we have here to verify and identify the identity of the signer. I can also add myself into the process. I will put myself the first in the chain. So I have to sign the document, then after I sign the document, it will be sent to Zaid. And if I have another signers also, it will be the same scenario. Some options also available here which help me to manage the signature process, where I can protect the document with a password, so no one will have access to that document unless he has that password or he has that access. We can set a deadline to get this request completed. So we might put a week or a day or whatever is the period which makes sense for me to get the process completed. And also we can set a reminder for the signer, okay? So he will receive a reminder on daily basis, weekly basis, or whatever is the option that will fit with my needs, okay? So those mainly the options that will help us to manage the signature requests. In addition to that, we can customize the message to the signers to explain to them the purpose of the signature request and why we need them to sign on that document. Also, we have a field here to upload the documents, so we can add like one document or a multiple documents. It's up to you know, it's up to the case. I'm going to add one document here for the purpose of this demo. Okay, so this is, for example, one document. By the way, Adobe Sign can accept or can support different file formats. We can support the Word, Excel, PowerPoint, images like JPEG, TIFF, or I can't remember all the formats, but we support multiple formats. We support PDF as well, HTML and rich text format. So this will lead to make it easy for the user to use any type of format which is available for him to start with. No need to convert it or to have any specific tool to send the document for signature. Now I'm ready to send this to be signed by myself and by my colleague Zaid. I will keep this option activated so I can review the document I'm going to send and also to decide where to add the signature fields. So I'll click send now. It will take me to the preview and add signature fields page, okay? As you can see here, I have the document which I uploaded right now, okay? And some fields are here, needs to be filled in.
شادي ما نشوف شاشتك.
Okay.
I think you stopped sharing by mistake.
It seems when I click, it's by mistake. I hit, you know, the floating banner. Okay. Is it?
نعم الآن مبين. شكرا.
Okay, yeah. Great. So as you can see here that I have some blank fields here, and because Adobe Sign depends on the artificial intelligence service from Adobe called Adobe Sensei, it detects that there are some, 11 blank fields, and it asks me if I want to detect those fields and add an automatic data fields to collect the information. So if I click here, it automatically detected that, and as you can see here, it added the text fields, okay? By the way, we have a group here called data fields where we can add different options, like which includes text field like this one. We can add drop-down lists. We can add checkbox, radio button, and image. This will help us to build any type of form that will support any kind of business request or business process. And also, if I click on any of the fields, I can manage the permissions, who should fill in this field, and what type of information I can fill in the field. For example, if this is a date field, I can define the date format as well, or if this is a field to collect an email address for the signer, okay. I can also add some hints or some verification, explanations to the signer. What is the purpose of this field, so they can understand what type of information they have to fill in, or even a default value if we know the information, or set this as a mandatory field, and so on. So we have different options here. With those options, you can build a very complex form that will support different, requirements inside the organization. Just to keep it simple, I'm not going to add any fields or collecting unnecessary information. Okay, we'll go to the last page. So I need to add a signature field for myself. So I'm going to the signature fields category. I will drag a signature field for myself, we'll add it here, okay. For my colleague Zaid, for example, we'll switch to him in this case. We'll add a signature field for him, okay. And also we'll go to the signer info group. We'll add a title for him, and we'll add a name field for him as well. Okay, and he's going to sign on behalf of the company. This is, at the company name. So just trying to resize this to fit in this area. Okay. So now I have all the fields required. Sometimes we might add an image field, okay, which will help me to collect the ID for the signer. So I need also for him to upload a picture for that, for his ID, or for anything from his side. Also in the signature category, I can collect stamp or initials. For example, I need to collect the initials for me or for my colleague Zaid. Okay, and I can repeat this on every page, as you can see here. So if I have a document with 100 pages or 50 pages, doesn't make sense to repeat this manually on every page. I can do it at once. Again, I'm just trying to keep it simple as possible. So this is enough for me, and now I'm ready to send this to for signature. Sometimes we build, or we spend time to build the form with different rules and different setup for the fields or for the flow of the document. So in that case, it's good to save the document into the document library for later use. So we have that option here. Now I'm ready to sign the document. So I will sign it, and then we'll send it to my colleague Zaid. So click here. As you can see here, this is where the message is. And, for every signer, they have different options where they can, at any point of time, they can delegate the signature. So they can add the signer email address and the purpose of, sorry, the delegate, the one that who's going to delegate this to him will add his email address and will add the purpose of delegating this to him. We can reject sign at any point of time and explain what is the purpose. But since I'm the initiator for this request, that doesn't make sense for me to do any of those things. But this is available for any signer, okay, to take the action. And also there is like a user-friendly indicator that will help the signer to know where he has to sign. So if I click there, it will take me to this signature field. If I click on the signature field itself, it will detect my signature from the last time I did it. But if I click again on that one, I can change it. And I have different options to sign, either by typing my name or scribble my signature, upload an image from my computer. So this is an example here, or even hand over this to my mobile where I can scribble my signature on my mobile screen. It will be captured and sent back to here. Okay, anyway, I'm going to scribble the signature. Okay, we'll click apply. By the way, just for you to know, for the electronic signature, the look and feel of the signature is the cosmetic part. This doesn't make any value for the signature. What makes the value for the signature is the click on this button. Once I click on this button, an encryption and some hashing codes will be added to the document to verify my identity and to make sure that the document is digitally signed. So the digital signature or the electronic signature is an encryption process. It's not the scribble of the signature itself.
Shadi,
yes.
Can you just maybe lift up your browser up, because we cannot see the blue button.
Okay, just
at least for me. I'm not sure if this Zoom setup.
I think just 1 second. I have to.
I can see it on my screen, but that's good.
Yeah, this is it. Okay. Shukran.
So just trying to, to minimize my browser window, so I can guarantee that everyone is able to see that. So do you see this button here?
Yeah, it's very clear.
Okay. So as I explained, the scribble of the signature is the cosmetic part. This doesn't make any legal implication for the signer unless he click onto this button. So even if I for example, just choose to write or to type my name, anyone can type his name this way, okay? So that doesn't mean that I signed the document. What makes the document signed is clicking on this button. And I will come into the, how we can verify the identity of the signer once I finish the process. So I'll click sign, click to sign. The document will be sent to my colleague Zaid, who's going to sign it. So I appreciate if you can do that, Zaid. In the meanwhile, while waiting Zaid to sign the document, okay, I can follow up the request that's sent out from the manage menu. So those are the, the requests that I sent out. I'm waiting the response from the others. And I can see who are the participants here and what's happening there. So the document is sent to Zaid, and I can see that Zaid already viewed the document and still waiting him to sign it. So I can, at any point of time, send a reminder for him. I can cancel the request. I can do a lot of things here. So now just waiting yes, now I can see that Zaid already signed the document, okay? And this is visible in the activities, okay? Now the document should be moved into the completed folder. So I can download the document. Both of us, by the way, received an email now with a document completed attached to the email. I'm going to download this. And also there is an important document. It's called Audit Reports. I'm going to show you what are those two documents here. Okay, so just opening this. If you can see here, this is the document that we just signed, me and Zaid, okay? There is a blue ribbon here. That blue ribbon is like the seal on the document, indicates that the document is locked, encrypted, and it's there is a digital certificate included or embedded in the document to make sure that it's verifiable. To see the details of that certificate, we can come into the signature panel and see the details of the certificate. Also, we can just let me exit this this mode. Just trying to. Okay. And as you can see here also, I have the audit report. The audit report has all activities done on the document. Everyone who signed the or who interact with the document, we have his email address, we have his IP address, the timestamp when he interacted with the document, and so on. And at the same time, this document is locked with the same way the original document is locked. So we have the same certificate details as well, okay? And also we have a unique ID for this transaction. If I take this, this transaction ID and try to verify this on the Adobe Sign portal, okay, by pasting this, it will show if this is a valid transaction or not. And I can also view the audit report, okay, which would be a cross-reference to the audit report that I have here. And also, if I want to verify the document in a different way, if I don't have the audit report, for example, and I want to verify it, if I click on any of the signature fields on the document itself, it will take me again to the same verification page where we can tell if the document is verified or not. So this is the, you know, what makes the electronic signature legally binding or valid, okay? At the end of the day, as I mentioned, we have different ways to verify the document. We have the audit report, which shows the different activities done on the document itself. We have the blue ribbon on the document, which indicates the document is not changed. And if the document is changed after it's signed, then this blue ribbon will turn into red, or it will not be there for any reason. Okay, so that's the electronic signature service from Adobe, and you are welcome to raise your questions. So if any questions there, and it's my pleasure to answer it.
Thank you, Shadi. It was really amazing. Thank you very much. I can see already there are some of the participants creating content on Spark. I've seen so far two, Alia and Najib. It looks really amazing. I know if they have access to the e-signature, they could have done the same thing. They started maybe doing some approvals in the process. There are two members who wanted to ask question by voice. I'll give them a chance to speak. Then we have a number of Q&A questions waiting for us to answer. I'll give the room now to Noor. Noor, you need to unmute and speak, please. Noor having maybe a challenge with that.
I answered two questions already about Adobe Signature. The questions were about the how secure is their signature? How I mean, they don't want people to extract the signature out of the document at the end.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. There's a question here about Spark saying when I log in, do I need to log in using my company email or university email, or I can use my private email for Spark?
For the Spark, you can create your own account using any email. However, if your university already has Adobe Creative Cloud licenses, so in education, as part of the Adobe Creative Cloud license, they will have the IT department at the university will have access to unlimited number of licenses for the Spark, and they can deploy, they can send you an invitation. But if you find this a little bit awkward with the circumstance, maybe you're working from home, they are in university premise, you can go and create your own account using any email, your personal email that is.
Okay, the templates you did show, they seem exciting and you have so many great ideas there. People asking, are these templates are free or we have to pay for them?
I didn't get exactly you mean Spark, right, Dr. Hamid?
Yeah, the Spark templates. There are some templates already there. If you want to create a Spark, you choose one of it. Are these templates are free?
They are free. They can be used. And there was one question there in the post also. If you as a user, you created some material and you want to share it with others, but you don't want people to access it, that's fine. Yeah. If I can share my screen if you want to. When you share it, there is a toggle switch where you can turn this off or on, so no one will access your work except those who were invited to it. So yeah, there is a way to lock it, but initially I must emphasize that Adobe has created the service so that anyone can use Spark and really share the work there. So let me show you. I'm going to close this. I have my screen already there shared. You can see, I suppose.
Yeah.
Okay. So if I go to share this post that I created earlier in the demo, I'm going to share it with others. On the top right corner, click on share, choose publish. I can invite people, of course I can invite people, so only those who are invited will access it. But let me just cancel this because you can add people's email. So only those who are invited can see it. Or I can share this. If I share it, you can see here in publish, when I click on publish options, I can turn off get noticed. When I turn this off, that means no one can see my artwork in the free templates available for anyone to edit. So only me can share the link after I update the link, of course, I can share the link with those who I want them to use it. But yet again, remember, this is a platform. It's not for publishing a book or publishing a really something meant for sale. This is merely for official and for pleasure kind of material that you can create. But if you are going to share it, you can download, you can share it by WhatsApp. No one can edit it, right? So you have the choice of doing that. You don't have to share it from the portal itself. You can download it. You can see here, if I click on download button, I can download as an image. I can download as a PDF. And once I do that, let me just download as an image. And shortly, it will be available here for me. I can open it in Photoshop. I can really save this and I can share it with by email or on WhatsApp or any other kind of media. So this is a JPG, no one can edit.
Good. Thank you. Najib would like to ask questions. Najib, go ahead, unmute and speak your question. He raised his hand, but seems usually so many people ask through voice, but today they seem having some challenge. Maimuna, go ahead.
Good evening, everyone, and good evening, Mr. Shadi. Thank you very much for the explanation that is clear, concise, and precise. Do you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, perfect.
Loud and clear.
Thank you so much. Actually, I have two questions regarding the Adobe signature. The first one is from where I can upload my signature. Should I make it on a Word document? Because I'm using a laptop, and if I use the cursor to sign, it might look very messy. So I want to get a good hand worked signature. This is the first question. Second question, how would I make sure that the document that I have just signed is locked? So for example, if I have sent certificate for my students for attendance and for participation, and then I give them a certificate to encourage them, I need to sign it. After that, I don't want my students to get into the document and to rectify things in it. Thank you.
Okay, pleasure. To answer the first part of the question, if you remember when I'm going to show it to you very quickly, okay?
Okay.
So we'll initiate another signature requests and we'll add again myself at first, and then we'll add one more email. So this is, you know, to sign.
What I mean here is starting from scratch, because I don't have my signature uploaded already on my laptop.
Yes, that's what I'm going to show you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You can sign you can prepare your signature on a piece of paper and take a photo for your
okay.
Or any, you know, in any way you can upload it to your computer, or you know,
as an image.
As an image. That's one part. So if, for example, if you just to show you this, I have here the options.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, click to sign. Sorry, apology for that. It's you know. Anyway, we'll do it in a different way, and this time. So we can save our signatures on, you know, on the platform, which is my signature here. I can create the signature. So either to scribble the signature here, or to select the image, which is, you can take a picture for that image from your mobile, or from a pre-saved image in your computer, and so on. Okay, or you can capture this on your mobile screen. So here I will show you how does this work. So for example, if I entered my mobile number and click send, I will receive a text message with the link here.
Okay.
It will be a text message. If I click on that, it will take me into a web page where I can scribble my signature on my mobile screen. Okay, I will show you how that would work.
I would prefer the second option, that is the image, because it's the easiest one for me.
That's okay. You see here, I scribble my name on the screen of my mobile. Okay.
And then,
Just only, you know, because it's a touch screen. Anyway, as I explained, that is as the cosmetic part for the signature. You can type your name on the document and that's enough. Because at the end of the day, what we are caring about is, you know, the seal that's embedded in the document itself, and
the most important part of the document.
Sorry?
It's like the most important part of the document, the signature and the seal.
Yes, this is what makes the document legally binding and make you know, give you the
validity
verification or the validity of the document.
Yes, perfect.
If that seal is not there, then the document cannot be validated.
Yeah.
Okay, along with the audit report, by the way, it's both should be available side by side. Okay.
Perfect.
So that's how you can verify the document.
And the document is locked, if you can see on the left-hand side.
Yeah, I can see that.
It's locked.
Yeah.
So that's the, you know, the. I hope that I answered both of your questions.
Insightful and mindful answers. Thank you so much, sir, and good night.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Maimuna.
Okay.
Maimuna always attend our sessions. She is very positive and always bring nice energy into this one. You just, Shadi, gave me an idea now. You know, nowadays there is the blockchain as well, where many universities, including us, looking at doing sort of authentication for their signature through blockchain. Is eSign can do something like that?
See, the eSign is still not into that field. The blockchain, it's a different technology, and they use the blockchain as a reference to for any transaction. So you have that transaction replicated in different nodes, and then if to verify that any transaction, you can check with multiple nodes, and then if there is any changes, you can tell if there is a changes on that document or not. So it's completely different concept. The Adobe Sign is based on, you know, the concept of private key, public key, and the certificate, where we use the certificate to hash the document and add the encryption to the document itself. Okay, so it's not a blockchain technology. It's a pure electronic or digital signature mechanism based on the digital certificates, encryption, hashing, and you know, private public key.
Yeah, I think the technology is different, but the objective is the same, which building trust between the different parties who are in the process, which the blockchain, the main thing about it is that trust, because you can trace all the transactions and find out where are the things went wrong or happened.
100%. You know, in the blockchain, it's like ledger. You have a ledger for all the transactions and the different locations, so you can cross-check the transaction in a way or other. Here we don't have that, you know, luxury to replicate the transaction in different locations. We have the audit report, we have the secure environment, we have the verification methods, and so on.
Very good. Thank you very much. Really was interesting and opened, I think, many questions, and people now start maybe thinking about how they can get this in the eSign in their organization, especially now with the COVID-19. And thank you for the clarification between Acrobat and eSign. The purpose in the past, people before eSign came, they used to use Acrobat in a normal way to do some signatures. There is no encryption there. There is no the protection line, the blue one that says document has been changed after signature is not in Acrobat. But this is focused on e-signature, which I think is needed and will help a lot in this situation.
100%.
Dr. Hamad, I was going to add that we'll be more than happy if the protocol allows for, you know, we don't mind that we can be contacted on a one-to-one basis, that if we can help somebody, if they have more questions, or if they want individual, or if they belong to a school or an organization, we'll be more than happy to take this offline. But we're more than happy to even come back and expand on this. The other point that I want to mention is that Adobe Spark, to all the audience, do not underestimate. I know CEOs, corporate organizations, education deans are using that for the reports. The fact that you can just add plus, like what Zaid was showing you, and you can type a project report and then bring in an interactive multimedia image, video, animation into your report, okay, right? Sitting at home today, we can create some amazing, you know, we all live in a visual communication and nobody likes to sit and read text. So please try out Spark and you'll be amazed at, you know, you'll be amazed at the dynamics of Spark being able to create professional reports. Again, when Zaid mentioned about right from kindergarten, today, if you give Adobe Spark to a 5-year-old and ask them to write a project report on COVID or on any environmental thing, they come back, and when they go to the web and say, get free photo, all these photos, videos will be downloaded and they will be given the appropriate credits, which means that you're using a photo that was created by Zaid and you have used that legitimately, okay, right? So there's a lot of tools in there that can make a 5-year-old child look like a professional, and even a corporate executive, bring in multimedia. So when they send a report, not just about text, it's all about the interactive media that can be embedded into it.
Excellent. Thank you, really. I think we took enough of your time. Thank you very much, Hassan. Thank you, Zaid. Thank you, Shadi. I think maybe later in the future, we'll continue doing some more of this. I think I feel that Spark maybe need a session on its own with focus maybe on certain application, like how you use it in education or how you use it for your company. And the e-signature, maybe you can revisit it in the future, and other solutions that you have. I know you have so many amazing solutions. Many of them are free and others part of the Creative Cloud. So on behalf of Abu Dhabi University, I would like to thank you. I really appreciate your support and ongoing support. In fact, it's not only once or twice, and thank you for that.
Dr. Ahmed, thank you for the opportunity. And again, audience, thank you very much for participating.
Thank you.
Good evening, everyone.
Everyone.
Ma salama.
Shukran.
Thank
Ma
you.
salama.